take much longer.
Yeah, but I could have ate some of my dinner on the way up then. Could have just sat there, munching it while it brought me up the stairs. Right, hello ladies and gents of YouTube. We are live with the second session of, well, Farming Simulator multiplayer. Bobbing back and forth, sorting out food. That's a key. Nope. Got to leave the dashboard open on kit for the command to work properly. Remember that, the new clip command. Alright, go into multiplayer. Join game. There was some new mods dropped today, but I've not installed any on the server, as you will no doubt know, because you've managed to log in okay. Without having to download anything.
Well, there are some tractors and stuff available on the mod hub. From my single player game I downloaded.
Farmer G pointed me to a website where I was able to download some quality of life mods that aren't on the mod hub yet. So I've got a real clock mod. I've also got the landscape and paint anywhere mod. Oh look, contracts everywhere. Someone's activated loads of contracts.
Just cultivated. I borrowed one cultivator and tractor for 3 contracts.
Okay. Oh, I'll try and start my machine. There's only one slight problem when you have this ignition key lock thing from the collector's edition plugged into your computer. It prevents you being able to start vehicles using your controller or your keyboard. You have to turn the key.
Yeah. So you have the collector's edition.
Yeah, it arrived today. It did. It arrived this afternoon. So I plugged it in and thought... I'll go live and test it out in my stream this afternoon, and yeah, it's been working fine. I've still got the problem with the beacon that won't turn off once you've turned it on in the game. However, Giants have confirmed to me today that that is a known issue. That is actually a fault that they are aware of and are going to fix in the patch. So, can I harvest some rice, please, game?
What I'm a little bit surprised is that the reviews on Steam are mixed. And
the reviews
are pretty good game.
The reviews on Steam are mixed. Yeah, you're always going to get that crowd though on Steam though. There's a lot of people like, oh, it's just the same game as FS22. It's just a reskin of FS22. It's not. But these are the same people who, when Farming Simulator 22 came out, that were like, oh, it's just a reskin of FS19. It's no different. Yet Giants are charging us $50 for a whole new game that could have been an update.
But there were more people saying on videos that they would stay with 17 for a while. But it's not the case with this game. All the YouTubers and these, well, you can say fanboys, they all are keen for this game and defend it. But they have valid points. I mean, of course it costs money, but I mean, Giants has to pay their people, right?
Just to pay their staff.
They have to pay the employees.
You know, they're a company, like, they've got to make money. You know, they're a business. They've got to make money. Otherwise, they won't be in business. Performance issues. The thing is, I've not really had any performance issues in the game. Not on my rig. I've not had any performance issues. Yes, I've had a texture flickering issue. But the
You have
texture
to
flickering
find your-
is because of Nvidia, and there'll be an
You have to
update,
find
driver
your
update for
settings.
that. I mean, the game
You have to
the
find-
game deserves 100%, 10 out of 10 positive review because they fixed the menu button.
Yeah.
So I'll go on Steam later and
I
leave
mean,
a review saying 10 out of 10 game menu button was
you have
fixed.
you have to find your settings, but then it's still in early release phase.
Yeah, it's still early doors.
Things and the graphics
You,
card
you,
have
you-
to,
you show me a
try-
game in this day and age that releases and doesn't have bugs on day one.
Yeah.
Doesn't have bugs on day one. I mean, let's be fair, let's be realistic, right? If we're going to talk about a game with bugs that also released fairly recently, Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered Edition. It's a remaster of a game that's already out, and yet it's got bugs. You fixed all the bugs in the first version, and then you made a newer version of it and put bugs in it.
Yeah. Surprise. They're talking
You know?
about back. There is another ant game, you know? What I mean? With ants.
Another ant
You have
game.
a-
You play as
you
ants.
can have your ant civilization. Like other whatever group. And it has a great graphics. It has the latest Unreal Engine.
I must admit, Parker, I did load that game up today, but it was purely by accident. I meant to start Farming Simulator 25, but somehow I managed to click on Horizon Zero Dawn. And I was like, oh. Got as far as I think the main menu or the launcher popped up, and I was just like, yeah, close. Although I should have probably launched into the game just to connect my PlayStation account to it now that I have it back. Just complete that part of the installation process, and then it's all ready for when I want to do some gameplay. Empire of the Ants. Again, it's not a game I've heard of.
Empire.
Empire of the Ants.
I think they had it on discount on TDQ. Yeah, I'm not playing with wheel and pedals for that.
Okay, that's weird.
That's weird.
The GPS on this
Harvest.
rice harvester is weird. I guess this is the problem when you've got such narrow stuff.
Find the line.
Yeah, finding the line.
Yeah, the white line is the middle one, the guided.
It's offset, look.
No. Yeah, you're right now in the middle of in between the line. How is that possible?
I don't know. Surely the blue line should be on the outside of my harvester.
This harvester doesn't have an offset. I mean, what is wrong? What is the width? Oh, line. You're driving.
It's 2
On the
meters.
wrong side. So, you sure?
Well, that's weird.
Do you have a trailer or a tractor or?
I don't have a trailer or
no.
tractor yet. I need to get one in a minute. That's definitely weird.
Have you tried to set up again? Set the course up again? That looks really weird.
Yeah, it's not liking it for some reason. Did I look at what you brought your brother yet? I see it. I don't quite know what it is, Barker. I did see your screenshot in the Discord, and I'm like, what is that? Looks like some sword fighting people. Like a lamp or a light or something. Or a plaque. It's a shadow box. Ah, okay. Makes more sense now.
That's another point. When I look at our vehicle, does it tell you the width of the harvest? In the statistics. Let's go to what harvesting?
Stupid but thoughtful.
Should be on the harvest line. Rice.
Let me take a screenshot. Oh, that's probably something I want to post to Giant to say. Is it normal for the...
None of the menus tells me what width of harvested. Doesn't tell you. Should tell you the width of the harvester, but I mean, if you set up the course, it will tell you, right?
The course tells me it's 2 meters wide.
Yeah, but it doesn't tell you when you buy it. It doesn't tell you anywhere, and that is also wrong on my part. But you should be on the green line and not next to it. 2 meter auto offset 0. So
Yeah.
offset. If you change it from auto to 0, manual 0.
On what?
On the offset. Instead of auto offset, manual offset 0.
You can't.
Auto?
Auto is 0, yeah. As soon as you start trying to
Okay.
change it, it's adding an offset. Which I don't want to do.
If you have the smallest offset, does it then work? At least you're driving then almost on the green line. I'm really happy with this guidance steering. They made a good job. Are you posting a report now?
Yeah. I thought I'd ask. It's like when I find stuff, it's easy just to post it in the thing, see if anybody else has spotted it. The one good thing about this partner Discord is people, other players, other partners tend to respond to things quite quickly, and the Giants people tend to respond to it, which is good because oftentimes it's the only way to know if there's, because like I say, we don't know what the known issues are. We don't know what Giants are working on already in terms of what's been reported as bugs, because they don't communicate any of that. And it's like, I don't want to go and fill out a bug report on their website, go through all their bug reporting tool, feedback tool, if it's something that's a known issue that's been reported by 5,000 people already.
Right.
Takes longer, and at least then it's a quick answer. Yes, this is. Oh yeah, this is a known thing. Or no, this is something we've not seen before.
The quality testing, it prolongs the quality report stuff because somebody has to read it.
It's not got nothing to do with the pot, has it?
For this partner Discord, how many people are there?
I don't know. I don't know if I have any way of seeing
200,
total.
500, many. Lots of.
Interesting to know how many partners. Depends how many of them are signed up for Discord. I mean, the invitations went out, but not everybody.
I was watching a German YouTuber who is a partner. He got this collector's edition. He got it for free.
Yeah, a lot of people did. Anybody who was in the gold or who was a gold or silver partner got sent the collector's editions.
But I also saw bigger YouTubers or medium-sized YouTubers who had no idea about farm sim, who got the collector's or at least the deluxe game for free. And the guy really has never played farm sim.
Well, he must be in the partner program, and he must be of a certain level.
He's not.
It's weird then.
Because he has nothing to do with farm sim.
I don't know how he would get sent stuff like that then.
Because he's an upcoming YouTuber of a certain size.
Well, there's 307 people in the partner Discord who are online at the minute. And there are another 416 who are offline. So, what's that? Just over 700.
Yeah.
So, it's probably about 1,000 partners then. Hello, Polo. How are you doing?
Yeah, so far my buttons on my Dream Deck work, except for the cruise control stuff and the GPS link. Well, cruise control does work, but GPS.
That reminds me, I need to change a button on my Stream Deck tonight to be the button for turning the hood off. Thanks to that, it is a decent chunk of change. That cost obviously Giants quite a lot of money, as it did all those big streamers and content creators who they made those like special bobbleheads of and sent out. They had to obviously go to a company to have all those bobbleheads manufactured to each streamer and content creator's likeness and ship those out. Although I do kind of question the sort of legalities of that, because if somebody without my permission took a photo of me or a picture of me and went off and had something made that looked like me without telling me,
they have to tell them for
would you be a bit, you know?
Yeah, you send in the photo of your dick and they make a bobblehead. The dick bobblehead.
But I know like the gold partners, they got like one of those like proper press boxes again, didn't they? Where they got things like a t-shirt, mug and that in there, as well as the collector's edition. They got like a proper full big box of bits and bobs and stuff, which, you know, fair play to him. I don't know what the requirement is to be a gold partner. How many, you know, how much money you must have generated from your affiliate links. I mean, I know it's 7,500 euros to get silver, which is obviously what I'm aiming for next. That's 7,500 euros you have to have made giants from people buying stuff from your...
100 people.
Yeah, if 100 people went out and bought the year one bundle, that would do it. That would put me into the silver category. So everybody that's not bought it yet, go and do it now.
Or I can buy it 99.
You can buy 99 versions of them. Yeah, you do that, Mr. Helgi.
Good.
Get yourself the 16-bit edition. Buy that, the 16-bit game, and install that on your PC and just have a play around with that every now and then. That's only a couple of bucks on the store. That will count. I'll get revenue for that. There's a link for that. I've got a link for that, the 16-bit version, the Mega Drive version. Retro Farm Sim.
I think it appeals to some people to do it.
Yeah, it's one of the novel things. It's like, you know, we had the Commodore 64 version in FS19, and then what did we have? We had the Nintendo version, was it in FS22, and then we now get the 16-bit version. Then what are we going to get with the next farm sim? Will it be like PlayStation, Nintendo 64 edition? And that's another thing. Giants have spent time and resources and manpower having someone code that game. As a separate thing. Just so they can release it in the collector's edition.
But it's only convert. They did have it. What's the point? Or is it just a new game?
It's a completely new game, yeah. It's been made to look like an old retro console game that they built from the ground up. Because there was definitely no farm sim games back in the days of Commodore 64, Nintendo and Sega Mega Drives.
Okay. Because do they have a rain mode? Weather?
Now, is there a special trailer I need for doing rice?
Ah, it's on the calendar. I wonder
I'm assuming
why
it will need to be a smallish one.
I wonder why the game looks so foggy. Hazy.
What's
It's
that?
hazy in these days. What is what?
The reason for your game looking so shocking. What have you done wrong?
Me?
Yeah, you're talking about
No, it's
it
hazy. It's hazy.
So
Looking.
you're saying it's meant to look like that?
Yeah, this is the
Okay.
new atmosphere of the game. And I thought it's about to rain, or it has rained, or why does it look like? Or maybe it's hazy in Japan. Oh, see, there is another row to go. Yeah, should cultivate another row for the contract to finish, but it's already finished. Don't finish the contract. I still have rented stuff.
I'm not finishing any contracts. I'm just getting my own tractor
Yeah,
and trailer.
telling you. Better safe than sorry.
So everybody that got so that would make sense. Yeah, that all the people that got flown to that US event, all the top tier streamers, content makers, they were the ones that all got. Yeah, they'll take all the. They'll assume they probably tricked him into saying, oh yeah, you need a photo because obviously we need a photo of you to go on your passes, to go on your lanyards, and then they took that same picture and sent it to the companies. We need a passport type photo of you to go on your lanyards before the event.
But
And then
do
they
you have
sent
a
those
chance
pictures to the company that made all their bobbleheads.
Do you have a chance to get the bobbleheads or to order them? Or?
No.
So what do they do? Is it each of them has got one, or
Each of them has got one that's made to look like them, yes.
for them?
For them.
Okay, then just nothing.
Everyone
nothing
is
bad.
personalised individually to them. So every bobblehead is completely different. You know, Mr.
thought they
CDP's
made a
bobblehead looks
bobblehead.
like Mr. CDP. The Farm Sim guy's bobblehead looks like Farm Sim guy. DJ Goham's bobblehead looks like DJ Goham. You know.
That's fine, as long as they are not selling them to other people.
They're not selling them to other people. No, they're not available to the public.
And no violation, anything. No.
I missed the turning to go back to the farm.
It's so easy to create a course to remember. I want 3 headlands. No training.
No, I need to go this way then. I'm guessing Gary's still dead. He's not materialised this evening. Money Lady's murdered him again.
I don't know why the mention of Gary reminds me of, oh, let's have a couple. Yorkshire.
Okay, that's off. Now go back into my harvester. And now I've got to turn that on again.
Put the pipe out.
Put the pipe out.
Oh yeah, that's a little bit, that would be too much for me, if that's the case.
But yeah, today is definitely a rice learning day for me. Because I was doing some rice on my single player map today, on the American map. I was doing the different type of rice to this. I'm trying to learn as much as I can about the rice farming.
The red rice. I think this dry rice is also wet in the beginning, isn't it?
No, the dry rice, the long grain rice, you plant that dry, you wait till it reaches first growth stage, and then you have to put water on it, flood it.
Use the pipe, the pump.
Yeah. And that's what confused me, because I thought long grain rice, because you harvested it with a normal harvester, combine harvester, I thought you could just plant that in a normal field. You didn't need to anything special. You could just plant that in a normal field. No, you have to make a rice field to plant the long grain rice. So that was something I learnt today. And I've made 2 fields on my American map, and both of those fields, when I try to flood them, I can't get them to flood to 100%. It won't fill 100% with water. I don't quite know why.
I mean, they need a special setup, right? For the water, to keep the water in.
I think the first time I filled both fields, they only got to like 50% full. And then the next month, when I went to the fields, they were completely dry. So I had to fill them again. And this time they got to 66% full. I'm like, are you ever going to get 100%? But then for the long grain rice, you have to take the water out before it reaches, I think, 3rd growth stage, it says in the menu. And then you let it, you finish growing it dry, and then you harvest it when it's ready to harvest. Whereas this rice, you pretty much fill the thing with water, you plant it in the water, and then you harvest it once it's drunk all the water.
But to me, that sounds a bit complicated.
It is complicated, and I don't think the game does enough to teach you all that stuff. Again, the help menus in the game are very, very, like, vague. There's not a whole lot of detail, so for new players, that's like
rudimentary.
That's really not very helpful.
That's a chance for another tutorial video.
Well, yeah, but obviously what I guess what they're aiming to do is the Farming Simulator Academy on their own website. They'll probably have more in-depth. They'll do their own more in-depth stuff. But I just think, what, you've got a help menu in game. Why not just spend a few minutes to actually put some like proper, actual like instructions, you know, information there that people can access without having to go to a website, without having to watch fucking hours of videos, you know. I've tried your controllers and none of them work. So annoying. What? On what game? This game. Oh, have you enabled it in the main options menu? In the main options menu, you have to enable the steering wheel and controllers option. You have enabled that and they're still not working. That's weird. That's weird then.
Well, everything I plugged in was recognized, even my quotas and joystick, you know. Even the gear shifter was
Have you loaded up a save and actually just manually gone in and clicked the reset keybinds? See if it pulls anything up then. Because like I say, Mr. Helgi here, playing with me, he's got a joystick plugged into his PC, he's got a steering wheel, he's got obviously a controller, and his game found all of those. Mine obviously finds my Xbox controller. I haven't tried any third-party controllers or anything yet because I don't think I own any at this point in time. Steam import thingy. Yeah, if you're using the Steam import, if you're playing the game on the Steam version, it could be linked to whatever you've got set up for your Steam in your Steam. Again, I'm using Giants version of the game.
I'm using the Giants version. What info?
I have had issues in the past on Steam with some games not recognising controls. I've had to go in and change it, and disable certain things. Give the import a go. Yeah. Go and check it out. On Steam you can click the enable using the game's built-in support. The controller is not using Steam import and will rely on the game's built-in controller support if available. So you might have to turn on Steam import.
So
if you're using the Steam.
Hazy looking?
Is my game hazy looking? Not really, not where I am.
Then it's that's a field thingy that you're saying that maybe it's that depth of field.
Might be.
Because
yeah, depth of field definitely turn off, but I've not turned off any of the other weather effects. And today when I was playing, again, when I was working on some fields on my Riverbend map, I had fog on my fields because my fields were low level, but then there was it was clear above, so like the air was like clear completely above my vehicle, but at the vehicle height that I was working at, there was like a layer of fog across the whole field, but then it was like clear above it. I was like, oh, that's cool.
yeah,
that shows you that my field is in like a hole. It's in like a bowl, bottom of a bowl.
It's good looking.
And the minute I drove out of it, there was no fog, but you could see all the fog on the low parts of the map sitting there.
And let me tap in your other chat. Yeah, this area doesn't look foggy. Area. Lowland.
I must get round to putting this game on my Steam Deck as well, so I can play it on Steam Deck. The input go.
Also the tools like the cultivator, they sound much more heavy and realistic with the metal sound.
Yes.
Yeah, I like it.
Did you notice that as well the other night when you was doing the stone picking?
Yeah, it sounds different.
It
more.
sounds like you get like the sound of like almost
Stones, yeah.
different sized stones, don't you? All of a sudden
Yeah,
you'll be
right.
driving along and get a big clong like it's picked up a great big boulder or something.
Yeah,
And
right.
then you'll get like the sounds of it picking up like pebbles and stuff, and then you'll get like another different sound for another to indicate like different sizes of stones. I quite like that. I think that's a unique feature as well. I know in the stream that Giants did on Tuesday night on launch day, on their YouTube and Twitch and stuff. Again, one of the big things they talked about was the fact that they've recorded so many new sounds for this game, and they've got a new system for recording sounds that gives you way better sound quality. So like literally going out into fields and literally then running alongside tractors and machines to capture the sounds of them actually working this time. Because normally in the past, a lot of the sounds they've just recorded whilst the vehicles have been static, like stood in a yard.
Yeah.
Whereas now they've actually they've actually recorded sounds of the vehicle's equipment while they're actually moving and in motion. And again, it's just
with the ground and everything.
yeah, and it's just a much higher level of detail. 16 separate mics recording. Yeah, that's what I heard him say as well. In their rig that they use for recording sounds now, they have 16 separate microphones in that rig. And it's like they've also matey what's his name, Marcel. He was saying Giants have built a new tool as well for scanning the tractors and stuff to make sure they get the proper colour of the vehicle paint, so they're able to, authentically replicate the actual paint of the vehicles in the game. And with the trusty IEMs, you can hear half of them because you're only wearing one of them. I can hear the sounds fine, Barker. Trouble is, if I have two IEMs in, then all I can hear is sounds, and this game already, to me, feels quite loud, to the point where I'm actually debating whether or not I actually need to turn the in-game sounds down a bit, because it is kind of drowning out all my other audio coming through my headphones, like the Discord. And when you've been playing it for, the game for 6 hours via headphones, you do start to get a little bit headachy.
Yeah, if you zoom in to the vehicle, then
it gets louder the closer you're zoomed in as well, yes. This is why I'm kind of like trying to stay zoomed out as much as possible, because then it makes the vehicles quieter for me, so I can actually hear everything else. And also it just gives my brain a break from hearing.
The only thing I'm not sure if I like it, but when you have cultivated a field and just can't completely cultivate the field because the
Contract's complete, yeah.
doesn't let you really complete it. So some people might have an OCD about it.
Well, I had an OCD earlier. I had an OCD earlier on the American map, because like I say, I placed created two rice fields, cultivated them, seeded them, and after seeding, both fields had completely different textures. One field kind of looked like this, where it's harvested now, after seeding, and the other field just looked like a normal seeded field, and I was like, how is that possible?
I was a bit
I would
surprised
expect
when I changed
two fields planted with the same crop to look exactly the same after planting them.
So I swapped from field 15 and changed field 16 cultivate. but it already had the GPS on the field. Didn't have
It
to
will do
create
if you
source.
change if you change the GPS from the AI worker to the GPS. The minute you switch to another field, it automatically changes the course to match. Using your GPS settings, it sets that up for uses those same settings for the next field. So you don't have to go into the menu
Yeah.
again. As long as you've got it set to GPS, it will stay set to GPS for the whole game session on that vehicle. So every field you drive to, it will just update the settings. Create a course based on the settings that you've got entered.
That's good.
That's kind of cool. Because like me, today, seeding 3 fields, using the same tractor and seeder, I only had to set my GPS settings once. And then it was just a case of drive to the next field, start. Drive to the next field, start.
Do we have
That did change a little bit when I was doing fertilising, because I started fertilising a field, got a bit distracted by various different bits. Went to the next field, started fertilising, then I looked on the map and was like, oh, I've only done half of that other field. But it was just because the map hadn't updated properly. I was like, surely I've not just done like half the headland and then stopped and driven off to the next field, forgot all about it. But I was kind of tapping in and out of the game at that point. At the start of my stream today. The start of today's afternoon stream was probably not all that great viewing experience. Because I was having to deal... I was having an issue with my phone where trying to view my stream on Kick on my phone via the Kick app, it kept stopping every like 5 seconds. Like the stream would just pause, like I'd click pause on the video player, and I'd have to go and click play again to get it to carry on, and then it'd stream for about another 5-10 seconds, and then it'd stop. It'd pause again, and I was like, "Urgh." And I was getting so distracted trying to... In the end, I just turned it off and was like, hey, I'll just have to wait to see if anybody comes into Kick Chat and lets me know that I am live and the stream is working.
So how does the rice look like close up in the trailer?
In the trailer, looks like rice.
Like
White rice.
white rice,
White lace.
white rice.
Just need some cream to go with it now, and you'll have a lovely rice pudding in that trailer. Oh, can we make rice pudding? Is that one of the productions? If not, Giant's missed a trick there. We should be able to produce pallets of little cans of ambrosia.
With
Yeah.
sugar and cinnamon.
Right, I'm going to leave this here. It would be rude of me to steal the last of the rice harvesting fields. So I won't. I'll let someone else have a go at some rice harvesting. I will now look at digging these fields up and getting them ready to replant again. Well, the trouble is, I've got to wait for the saplings to grow in the greenhouse, haven't I? That's the thing. I'll wait for me saplings to grow.
Or you can buy them.
Yeah, I can buy them, but I'd rather grow them. No, we've got the greenhouse. The greenhouse, we start with the greenhouse, and I've given it water, so they will be growing. The greenhouse is right over here, actually, next to the first field, so it's not far away. Look on this map, it's quite close.
I'm still flabbergasted about the GPS, that it does actually not only straight line.
Does headlands?
Yeah, the headlands are, even the straight lines in between are not straight,
Right, that says needs
depending
ploughing
on the
now.
course. Okay, plowing would be interesting. If you do plow, I want to see the tire track, because I think in multiplayer it's not there yet. It's not implemented.
I know I'm going to need a big tractor for ploughing, aren't I? Oh, could get the New Holland. New Holland's are fairly neutral. Like I say, I can't get a 980 or a TerraTrack class because they're not in the game. There's only one fucking large class tractor, and that's the Xerion 12. So poor. There's a Massey Ferguson. Do I want the Massey? That would come in at 425 ponies under the hood. Can I not get... I can get wide tyres and weights on that. That would be good. And I'll have it with the EU design. That's going to cost me 300,000. Well, had to be done because we're going to need it for the subsoiler that I'm about to buy, which is the 5-metre one. This is my go-to tool, by the way, now instead of ploughs, because the angled ploughs are a bit of a pain in the arse to use, and this thing is like half the price of any plough in the game. And
horsepower is lower.
Horsepower is 50 horsepower lower than the largest plough, and it's only 1 metre less than the widest plough in the game. So not really losing a lot. It's about the same speed as a plough, so speed-wise it's the same. I need a weight for my tractor. Do we have a football stream this week? Just curious. No, we don't, Barker, because Grantham are away this weekend, and I am not going. I will be going to see the enemy, the real enemy tomorrow, not the pretend enemy, the actual real enemy team tomorrow. They've got 2 games this week. They've got Saturday and Tuesday this week. So I'm going to go and well, yeah, because Grantham don't have any midweek games now for the rest of the season. All our midweek games are finished now. We're just Saturdays only till the end of the season. Whereas, like I say, Harrowby and Newark, one of those teams will always be at home on a Tuesday night because they ground share. So at least I still get some midweek football. So even though like this weekend I'm not watching Grantham, but next weekend I am. Next weekend I will be back at Grantham, so next week there'll be a stream. There just won't be one this week. But yeah, for the neutral games, I'm quite happy. Tuesday night, I'm quite happy to go to a neutral game and have a different night of things. Right, so when I come down this road, I want to take right and right. Are you enjoying going to the games as a neutral? I am, because I'm actually able just to sit there and enjoy football. I don't have any, I'm not going there with any expectations on any of the teams, you know. I just get to sit there and just enjoy what happens, you know. Whereas I think the trouble when you go to watch your own team, when you go to watch your own football team, you expect them to do well, you expect them to win. And when that's not happening, it's freaking miserable and depressing. Whereas, like you say, I watched one game on. I watched the game on Saturday where Newark lost, and that didn't bother me in the slightest at all. It was a good, fun game of football, very entertaining. And then Tuesday night they won, and again it didn't bother me in the slightest because it was a good, entertaining game of football with some goals. So, as a neutral fan, I definitely got me £7 worth, both games. You know, I got my entry fee. You know, I was entertained for an hour and a half, you know. And
But
then
you're
I
not
also,
as excited.
yeah, and I was treated better. I mean, on Tuesday night I bumped into my uncle, my cousin, and my cousin's lad. And my cousin's lad was one of the linos for the game. You know, so that was quite a nice night. After the game, got to sit and chat with them for a bit, which is not something I would get to do at Grantham. You know, because they don't come to our games. So yeah, it was nice to have a bit of a catch up. Because I've not seen. I've not seen. Obviously, Uncle came with me to 2 matches right at the start of the season. He did, and then never came ever again. My cousin I only saw at that cup game against Sleaford, when his old boy was a linesman in that game. So yeah, that was the only time I saw them that day. So yeah, it was nice to see him again and catch up. Nice talking to Cameron about where he's been, what games he's refed at and line node at this season so far, and he was doing Bourne's game on Wednesday night. He was, and then he's actually going to be the man in the middle. He's going to be the man in the middle at a game on Saturday, tomorrow. He is, but it's going to be, what did he say? What level? I think he says that's step 7. Because although he can linesman at step 5, he can't referee at the minute higher than step 7. Because of how they do all the grading of the officials and stuff, until he's got more experience and passed some tests and stuff. So at the moment he can lino at a higher level than he can referee. But yeah, it was interesting because, like I say, he told me that on Tuesday night he got £45 for linoing, cash in hand. On Wednesday night at Bourne he was going to get 45 quid cash in hand for linoing. I forgot how much he said he got paid for reffing on Saturday tomorrow. I think that's 50 quid or 60 quid for refereeing. Not bad at all. That ain't, is it? You know, that's in addition to obviously his 9 to 5 job every day, Monday to Friday. That's like bonus money. 45 quid and a meal, yeah. Obviously, his dad is his transport, so it's not costing him anything to get to the games because his dad's taking him, so it doesn't cost him anything in fuel or petrol or anything like that.
Only time.
Just time, yeah.
Just time. So when he does that, he can't farm. Can't play farms.
So yeah, it's pretty good going.
So when you drive on the subsoil ground, do you get ground deformation?
I'm not seeing it, but then also what you have to remember, Mr. Helgi, this isn't normal farmland. This isn't normal field. This is a rice field, which is a bit like the grapes and olives in FS25. It's something that you build, and I think because it's a built thing, it behaves differently to the normal ground and land, if you know what I mean, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What the true test will be, once I've finished subsoiling these fields, there's the field over the road here that I need to do, and there's one in front of the house that I need to do. They're normal fields for growing normal crops on. When I start driving on that with my subsoiler, we'll see if there's ground deformation. But maybe it's a thing. Maybe you're right, mister. Maybe that's not something that's on servers. Maybe servers trying to track You know, if you've got 16 players on a server at one time, the server trying to make soil deformation for 16 players and keep track of that all over the map could be a performance problem. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Barker. Maybe it's disabled in... Maybe it's been turned off on multiplayer for performance reasons.
And that would be really sad.
That would be sad. I mean, I'm definitely making. I'm definitely seeing tyre tracks on the field. I mean, obviously, I'm going to have to come down here now and stone pick.
If you drive on a subsoil area, not on the field itself, if it does give you some depression in ground, doesn't do it here. I mean, I've seen it in the single player, of course. Okay.
What's that field? If I just do some... Okay, maybe I'm answering another question I have from earlier in today's stream then, because one of the things I didn't do when I did my rice fields today, obviously I used subsoiler and that on them. I didn't collect stones because I didn't see any stones, but I'm subsoiling these fields and I'm clearly producing stones, so I'm wondering if the reason I'm only got at like 87% yield bonus is because of the stones on my fields. It's so weird today. I need those 3 fields on that I was working on this afternoon. They were just they weren't making sense after I'd fertilised and lime spreaded and all this weeded and everything. I was like, why am I still only at 87% yield potential? Where's my 13% gone? Why aren't I at 100% yield? And I couldn't work that one out. Maybe I've just answered. Maybe it's because I hadn't collected the stones. But I rolled the fields after I seeded them.
Should I give you some disappointment?
You could.
Huh?
What's my disappointment?
When I harvest, oh, it's very loud. When I harvest rice, I'm on the green line. The line.
The green line's in the middle of your harvester.
Yeah, no offset.
Okay. Just broken for me then. Interesting.
Maybe it was just the other field.
It did it on both fields for me. He was doing it on all the fields. The GPS course I had, the harvester was driving on the blue line, not the white one. So it was driving half off the course.
The green line was now out, almost outside the field, but the harvester is still driving on the field. So
yeah, well, when you look at it, Mr. Helgi, if you actually turn your camera around, the green line should run straight down the middle of your tractor, straight through your ass. You should be sat on the green line. For me, the green line was always on the side of the tractor.
Except that when I'm driving on, as soon as I start pressing now, off. It's a little bit weird. It's not. There is something wrong. Don't know why. What is it?
I wonder if the Giant's GPS runs into the same issue that Wopster's GPS runs into in Farming Simulator 22 and Farming Simulator 19, where if the tool you're using is too small, if the tool is so small it has massive issues trying to stay on the line and track. It tries to do
Now
its
offset
best.
again. No, now it's again inline. Weird.
The real test will be when you come to do some of those like red beets or parsnips or carrots with one of those like 0.5 metre harvesters, and then see how GPS struggles trying to lock onto a line that's only 0.5 metres away in game from the next one.
I'm again aligned, but it wasn't before, so it depends. I don't know.
Right, I'm looking now behind my tractor as I'm driving all over this subsoil ground. I'm not really seeing any ground deformation. I'm just seeing tyre tracks.
The rice harvester is very agile, very maneuverable.
As are all the tracked vehicles in the game. They all are very responsive steering. Especially the ones like the John Deere 8RT, the Fendt 1100. They literally just turn on the spot.
Yeah, this harvester is turning on the spot. But I'm getting the white line is exactly in the middle of the harvest. But I don't know why it's showing a green line on the other end of the field as well, where I'm driving, the lines are off. I don't see any harvesting line, any GPS line. Only when I'm offset, out of GPS. As soon as I'm going into GPS, blink, the line is gone. It's vanished. But it only shows one reference on the left side of the field somewhere. I don't know what it is. Obviously not showing the green GPS line where I'm driving, but it's way off. What's going on?
Oh, I know what I forgot to do as well. Because these are going to be the wet rice, I was meant to fertilise before I ploughed. Because you can't fertilise wet rice while it's growing. To get my 2 stages of fertiliser, I should have fertilised before I ploughed, and then I should fertilise again after I've ploughed. As the game does tell you in the only part of the help menu that is helpful. You've got to go do some stuff and things. No worries, Barker. Have a good rest of your evening. So I'm gonna have to I think I'll get a Bradle, and then I can do fertiliser in it, and I can also then use it for lime spreading. 2 birds with 1 piece of machine.
I've now started in the middle of the field, and while I'm driving under GPS, the green line and the blue lines are way to the right from where I'm actually. With this harvester, something is wrong. I'm getting the line with the white line. Perfect, but oops. I have to do more headlands.
Yeah, it should be 2 headlands, but I set it to 1.
Yeah, 2 or 3 is better, because then you can turn on the field, not have to drive across the little edge of the border of the. Okay, maybe I can change. Do we? Oh. Doing ahead. Not following the, it's not following the green line. It's just aligning with the crop.
Okay, so
Somehow.
this is definitely a field where you don't want to drive too far off the front of the field. Because that's a big drop.
they they definitely leveled it up, huh?
Yeah, that's not a gradual
But
slope, is it? That's just a sheer
did
straight wall.
did you create it or was it there?
That was there.
They leveled it up for the water.
Ooh, hang on a minute. Popped a wheeler. How have I managed that? I'm stuck.
Too heavy. Drive backwards.
I'm trying to drive backwards. Won't let me.
You can't. Drop it off. Reconnect.
That's it. I'm stuck. I'm stuck to the ground.
Yeah, something is wrong with the GPS and this car. It has decent capacity for the crop.
Yeah, it holds a few thousand litres, doesn't it?
2000.
It's interesting because they say in the game that the long grain rice doesn't yield as much as the wet rice, which we're doing the wet rice. So I'm thinking, geez, I've got these two great big massive fields planted with dry rice, and I'm like, is it going to be worth it? If I harvest it and I don't get much off it, the field at all, is it going to be worth it?
It also depends how much fields have been fertilized.
I started growing mushrooms as well today on my other mat. I did.
What?
I started growing mushrooms.
In the greenhouse?
The only trouble is I placed my greenhouse back to front on the map because I couldn't tell what was the front and what was the back. which direction. So I've got all the like extraction fans and stuff facing into my farm when it should have been facing the other way. That's one other thing I will say as well that's not great this year. When you're placing any production buildings like greenhouses and stuff, you can't see where the spawn points are going to be for like pallets and where the delivery point is for the materials that they need. You can't see that where that's going to be until after you've placed the item, and then it appears. It's like I was placing two ordinary greenhouses today, and I was like, which side of the greenhouse are the pallets going to spawn on? I don't know until I place it, and then I can put it down and go, oh, the wrong side. Can I go this way?
Yeah.
I have a front loader attacher on that. That'll do nice. Just as fertiliser, that does both. What do we want? That's 11,000. So what surprises me is I can't pick anything with you can't have narrow tyres on this, can you? Anymore.
You have to turn off crop destruction.
Well, this is mainly going to be used for lime spreading, but at the moment, because I have to fertilise this field first, these fields first, I might as well. There's another two.
So the Bradal you can configure with different spray.
You can have different sizes, and you can have the extra wide discs on the back, but you can't have it with narrow tyres.
But then they put everything in one. Oh.
So yeah, for actually like dry fertilising crops, the only one that you can really use for when crops are growing is either the Amazonie, because that has narrow options, or that one, which hooks on the back of directly on the back of the tractor. Otherwise, otherwise to fertilise crops you have to use a sprayer to avoid crop destruction, because they obviously all have narrow tyres. It's a bit of a weird one, that, because I know for a fact in all the previous farm sim games, the small Bradle has always had a narrow tyres option. I would guess if I was to go and look at the XML file in the game settings, it probably still has an option for narrow tyres, but Giants have commented it out for some reason. Because there's apparently quite a few tools and vehicles in the game that Giants have removed options from. That are there, they exist, but Giants have removed it to force you to have to use something else. To create a bit of variety. I mean, I suppose it makes sense. They've gone to the trouble of putting new vehicles and equipment in the game. They want people to play with those. But at the same time, if people are used to something, have grown used to something from the last 2 or 3 versions of Farm Sim, they don't really want to change. You know? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
So we have one vehicle. One, take it.
So I'm going to come do some fertiliser spreading there. And then I'll have to do some stone picking.
Do we have a silo?
Good question.
Huh?
We do.
Where do you
It's
want
across,
to put the
it's
rice?
across the road from the farm. But I don't think rice goes in the silo. I don't think rice is a crop you can put in silo. I think rice is a crop you just sell. Again, that's something else to look at in Farming Simulator 25. Giants have removed the ability to store certain crops. You can no longer store them in game,
Well, it
in
says
silos.
I can do it in the silo.
You can? Oh, we'll do it then.
Yeah.
Tip them. Put them in there. Put the rice in there.
I mean, it gives me the tipping option. Either it vanished or it's in the silo. How do I?
See, that's why I'm already quite thankful that Stevie's brought out his multi-fruit silo that accepts everything. And that's like, costs like 70 grand to buy and place in game, which is the same cost as like any medium silo. And plus his silo will hold like 50 million litres of stuff.
Yeah, right. 4,880 liters.
Ooh.
And they give you 2,000 and odd money. High. At the moment it's a high price. Should I sell it?
Sell it. Because it's not like we have productions at the minute that we can do anything with it.
Harbour Grain. Okay.
Harbour Grain, is that the only sell point on this map?
No,
Because like everything goes there. All the contracts
sell
went there.
points.
Harvest contracts went there.
I mean the train and then 4 sell points. But the Harbour Grain goes gives them the most money. Okay, now I can go. Still?
Tell you what, you've actually just reminded me. Actually, I need to place something that allows us to get rid of stone, because there's no sell point on this map for stone, is there? We learnt the other night,
Nope.
so I need to place either a debris crusher or something that we can get rid of stone. Because obviously, I'm going to have to pick stone off these fields soon.
Yep.
And it's like, Also, another thing I'm strangely noticing tonight on the multiplayer map, on this map, as I'm driving on these fields, I'm noticing weird textures.
Yeah.
Where I keep getting these bands where the texture doesn't load and it just becomes like a bland, blurry.
I had that when I was cultivating. I said, "What? Cultivated?" Oh, and then it changes texture.
Hmm. There, I'm driving on a big square patch of it now under my tractor. And there's a triangle of weird texture stuff.
Yeah, I see that, yeah.
Like I say, the game's not perfect, but it's only been out for a week. Less than a week. And like I say, we do know Giants are working on a patch which will have some fixes and stuff in, but then Giants have also admitted, like I say, they've admitted some of the stuff they can't fix because certain graphical issues, it's down to the GPU. They need to update their drivers. They need to do a driver fix because even Giants are seeing it on their systems. They're like, yeah, it's a driver issue. Who's messaging me now? Somebody needs me to log in.
Yeah, but people also complain that the trees don't look good. Not in my game. They look great.
Oh, new baps from Watkins. Turkey stuffing, gravy and cranberry sauce baps. That does sound delicious. Trouble is, I don't really go anywhere near Watkins to get any. It's not on my way to match days anymore because I avoid Wharf Road.
Look, they have a telephone cell. There's a telephone booth. Or booth.
It's good to talk, Helgi, remember that.
Telephone booth. Do they still exist? Come on, money, 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 money.
Yeah, I'm going to need to do some more. You have to get some lime.
10,000.
Good thing is I can empty this and switch it over to lime. Save the pallets. A fertiliser because there's a couple of fields that need lime spreading. 10,000 for that rice. 4,000 litres. Bad. Not bad money that.
It's good paying, I think.
Oh
So
look,
we'll have to see.
there's some mushrooms. They've already got a mushroom factory placed at our farm. We just haven't got any water in it. Need to place another one of them little barrels to keep it loaded up. And then we could start making mushrooms.
You also feel the tractors more working when they go uphill.
Mm. emptied that because I need to go get some lime now. Unless there's a lime station close by. Why would there be a lime station close by, Watty? They don't even crush rocks on this map. No, you're just going to have to go and buy some bags of lime.
But shouldn't there be some lime state?
There should be. There should be a lime station somewhere on the map you can go and buy lime in bulk. I just can't see the symbol for it at a quick glance. Unless lime's not a thing they do here.
Bees? At least they are good. AI.
Yes, that's the repair customised point. So where's the buy trigger?
Needs lime.
Do I have to go inside the building? I can't get inside the building. Alright, where's the button? Oh, it's invisible button. I just have to go into this area. Okay. I think this holds 11,000 litres, my spreader.
Where is that? That is that. Is it into one pub? Can you tell me?
Tell you what was you asking?
Yeah, look field 31.
Field 31.
On the left side says under soil composition plough.
Yeah, it does need to be ploughed, yes. Needs
In the right.
subsoiling.
Is that one field or
Hmm?
what is the right side?
That's a separate field. That's the one that's up high. I've done 30
But why is 31 outside the field?
Because they probably class those two fields as the same. They're probably both counted as field 31, but they are separate fields. There's that. They're on different levels, aren't they? So far, I've only done probably half of it. Half the field. Then I've only subsoiled half of it because I didn't realise. I thought they were. I probably didn't realise they were the same field in the map. Because they're clearly not the same field, because they're separate. They're separated by different height and a great big bloody wall. By the Great Wall of China separating them. You can't get more Asian than that, having a Great Wall of China running through the middle of it. Wow, those weeds grew fast on that field. Flipper. Only harvested that last night. Wednesday night. This is slow.
Yeah, when you drive a little too far on that field, you fall down the wall.
Mm. AI worker stopped, no field found.
I pressed the wrong button.
You pressed the wrong button. Just don't press the big red one labelled lunch.
Lunch.
Oh wait, that's Trump.
I want my lunch now. I think also the tractors sound way cooler when they go. "Ooh, ooh." It's the vario gear or whatever.
do the rice field.
Another texture not loading.
Yeah, textures are struggling a little bit tonight.
Huh?
The textures are struggling to load in tonight, yeah. Wonder if that's just a multiplayer thing. Server issue or something.
So no. See there, right?
Huh?
We need the
Need a stone picker next
want to do stone.
to remove all the stones from these fields. And then they've got to be, the rice fields need to be fertilised again, and then we can think about a seeder or plant the rice planter. But then we're also going to need a seeder for our normal fields.
You want to buy a stone figure or
Yeah, we can buy a stone picker.
mm.
Might as well spend the money.
idea. There's only one.
There's only one stone picker in the game, yeah. Giants have really
don't have
skinny
any.
back on that option, haven't they? Maybe they realised nobody bothered using the other ones. They were just like, nobody used them in game. Oh wait, no, Watty, Helgi and Richard did on their last server. They used one of the offset stone pickers. They were the only ones. scoop up the other bags back at the store, bring the other lime bags down here and then unload them. Fill this back up then with the fertiliser ready to do the next bunch. Now I'll have a look at getting a seeder for the regular crop types. This guy's trying to overtake me like a dickhead. There's a car coming in the opposite way on the other side of the road. You know that emergency vehicles mod for FS25 that came out where you could respond to like accidents and stuff and fires and stuff? I think that should have been part of this game, because now the way the AI drives, there's definitely going to be accidents on the road. You have to drive your fire engine to a scene of an accident and cut people out of their cars. Because,
Uh-oh.
what?
It's even weirder texture when I drive across the limed field with a stone pick. That does not look good. Terrible. At least when you drive across, it does not really register immediately. Takes a while and comes behind, follows, then immediately impacting soil. Looks very bad. Or maybe you need to restart the server.
It was restarted today because for some reason the server was turned off when I came on this afternoon.
There's still server issues.
Alright, where do I
Normally,
find...
I would like the ground texture change when I drive across a lime area, you know? But it doesn't.
Okay, do we not have an object in game that allows us to store bales and pallets and stuff like we had in FS25? Is there nothing like that?
Hey,
Yeah.
I think there is one.
What fucking category is it in then? Because it's not in is it in sheds?
Maybe
Big
under
wooden
storage
garage. Big garage. Big garage. Big garage
or
with vehicles.
silos.
Bale and pallet
mean-
storage, yes, there is one there. 49 grand.
I want to see the texture change when I drive across and not 5 meters behind.
Bales and pallets, but does pallets include big bags? Like my bags of lime. Will it store those? Again, it's little things like this that I think modders do so much better than giants. You know, their descriptions of objects and stuff in game is so
Clearer.
much better thought out and clearer than giants who are actually making the game. So I've still got 2 bags of lime left at the store.
But I'm not sure if, but that stone picker action on the ground was much better when we played on Wednesday.
Yeah, it used to make the yeah, the stone picker texture was definitely better. Wednesday. Like I say, it could be server having issues, could be server glitchiness.
Maybe it's not only for me, but when you have a look at what I'm doing. So when you make it, do you make it? Can make it? Go crawling up the hill. Crawling up the hill. If you look at my liming now, okay, how the texture changed.
Very
See?
slow, very
Like that
slow,
it's far behind, yeah.
very delayed, yeah.
For me, it looks like it is not changing at all. It's still white, complete. The complete row is white. It's even worse now. It's changing.
It's like it's the streaming of
Definitely
the
server.
texture data from the server to us is not as efficient as it was Wednesday night. Definitely looks like it's struggling tonight a little bit.
And now it looks like snowing. But at
Looks
least
like
it's stone picker.
Looks like snowing. I keep seeing that all the time when I'm playing it. I keep seeing these white things floating across the screen. I keep thinking
Yeah.
that's like snow.
Right.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, what's that?
And they have some tier behind them, some like what do you call it, comet? Like
Hmm.
comet's
Smells like
tail.
a trail. Yeah.
Yeah. It has to do with all your graphics settings as well.
I'm impressed that lime spreader was able to pick up that pallet that was in front of my tractor. Through my tractor.
Like match.
It's a kind of magic. It's a kind of magic. It's a kind of magic. Ooh. Oh, look
Yeah, I
at that. I
can
thought for a
imagine
minute he was
that
driving
Giants
into our
is
farm.
Giants pretty busy.
Very busy at the minute.
But I'm also a little bit disappointed that they haven't found those obvious bugs. They didn't find them or were not able to fix.
Look at that fancy machine.
Yeah, it takes a lot away a lot of satisfaction when you are not seeing your ground change. Text change immediately. But odd slices, odd triangles.
It's weird as well. I noticed in the shop menu as I'm moving around vehicles, the vehicles go blurry. And when I stop, they like the focus, autofocus is not working on a camera, you know.
Where in the shop menu or?
Yeah, in the shop, I'm looking at cedars to
yeah.
buy, and when I'm like
Yeah.
panning round them, they go blurry.
Yeah, could.
And that's 90 grand.
I noticed that more when I had frame generation on.
Yeah, I've
I
got
think I have currently have.
FSR3 on. I might turn it off.
Yeah, but that's not frame generation as such. What is going on with cause?
I'll turn off all that stuff. AMD stuff, Nvidia stuff, and just use MSA and whatever the other anisotropic filtering technique is.
What is going on with GPS? Taking the wrong line.
What's that? That's 9 meters.
I want to sniff list line. That come on. I want to go this line. No, it's not driving on that green GPS line. No.
Hmm.
It's lining up with the ground that I have, how I have collected the stone, not with the green line. Interesting. Just doing whatever it wants to do. Maybe if I lower it, work. Still needs
Okay, the store menu is
improvement.
quite glitching out for me now.
I think we have a server issue.
Fire roller, roll packer, standard. I'll just have standard, please. Now comes the problem again. I can't remember what horsepower or what tractors.
I want to see the texture change.
That's 225. Massey Ferguson is 7S is 210. 425. I probably do need to take the Agco. Yeah. I need to swap tractors. I need to rob the one off the trailer for the minute. Oh, I can't. Gonna have to use me Massey then. Because the Agco tractor's got a front, has got built-in front weight. I haven't got a 3-point link on the front, so I won't be able to pick up the seed tank for my seeder.
Again, the headland is not following the line, it's following the edge of the field.
Mm. Yeah, the vehicle's lining itself up on the blue line, not the white one.
Yeah, the blue line was outside of the field, but then it it's lining to the edge of the field.
That's good. I thought for a minute.
Yeah, it's also, they are not, when I select follow the green line, they show a green line and blue lines somewhere else, not underneath my tractor. Pretty sure that it's a server.
Oh no! Look at that.
Troll.
You troll game. You're not going to let me pick up 2 bags of seed. And worse still, this pallet apparently weighs 78 kilos. So I can't lift it up via hand.
Wow.
Those are the
So
2 heaviest bags of seed
Each
I've
bag
ever
is
seen.
25 kilos maximum.
That bag's 850 kilos
Yeah.
of
Okay.
lime. No, I think some of these weights in game are a bit not very accurate. Those 2 bags of seed would not weigh like 40 kilos each.
No, but in
No
total 50.
way possible. I'd say probably about 12 kilos based on the average bag of like compost or something you get at a garden centre.
Again, the blue line clearly was left of the field edge. When I'm aligning it, the tractor is lining up with exactly at the edge of the field, not following the line. It's very odd. We just uninstall the game.
Mr. Huggy's uninstalling the game because the lines aren't right.
I mean, also the texture change, really annoying. And then it aligns, and then I miss the left edge of the stone picker on the field. What? Do you not see them now? Oh. Come on, texture update. I want to see what I have done. So we need a stone crusher, or until then I put it in silo.
Don't think you can put stones in a silo.
Huh?
Don't think you can put
No?
stones in a silo.
Shall I try?
You can try, don't think it'll work.
If it lets me tip, I can. Alright. It doesn't let me tip.
You know how big this trolley is, like things like this take up so much space. Where can I place a stone crusher where it's not going to happen? I can place it here.
And if you put it where my tractor is on the other side of the farm,
Oh, that's not good, is it?
uh-oh.
That's done like fucking landscaping shit.
And you put it over here where my tractor,
No, it's too late now, it's placed.
or remove it. Okay.
No, we'd lose all the money. Don't get the money
Make
back.
undo. You do. Why not? Oh, it's a cell point.
£148 harvest income. I'm glad you harvested those stones, Mr. Heldy. They were definitely worth growing.
I
Make sure
planted
to
them
plant.
myself.
We'll have to make sure we plant more stones in the future. I want to know how it's going to be possible in this game to obtain enough stone to be able to make like concrete and tile, rock tiles and stuff like that for a lot of these like construction projects. I just want to know how it's going to be possible, because you're not getting enough stones off the field when from ploughing and stuff. And it's not like you can afford, you can store them anywhere, so it's not like you can save up like 10 years worth of stone collecting from your fields. I've already done this right, so we're not going to get any points for that.
Does this have a little bit of a forest feel, this map?
Fenton Forest? Maybe.
The first, one of the German maps in the Thompson 19.
Yeah, I'd say possibly, yeah.
See if they recycle these maps. Which road am I buying the small Feders? And price of 46,000 and 150. By the small one. Hello.
So has everything been dunded? All the stones have been picked.
I was just asking about the roller.
Roller.
At least. What graphics gonna rotate? The Federstadt.
The Vaderstad roller, that's a good roller.
But
I like that roller.
With the crossboard, or
You can have it with crossboards, yeah. No harm. Only thing I notice in this year's game, neither of the two rollers they give us, either the 12.3 metre Vaderstad one or the other, the 27.7 metre one, you can't lift them up. They're always in contact with the ground. So when you're turning around at the end of a field, you've got to be very careful that you're not rolling a field behind you if you own that field. Because you can't lift them up. So once they're unfolded, they're on the ground and they're doing their rolling function.
You have to fold it up then.
Yeah. You could very easily cause yourself some crop destruction if you're not careful. If you've got a field that's growing right next to one that needs rolling, and like I say, you're not doing headlands, but you're driving off the field and turning around. the roller's going to be dragged across your other field and wipe out your crop.
Yeah, especially with the small fields, you do
Small
one
fields.
headland, then the field is done.
Yeah. Well, the good news is, so far from what I've seen, rollers don't delete grass anymore off the side of the field
Okay.
like they did in FS20. And also, weeders and hoes don't seem to delete grass anymore off the side of a field. They only remove the stuff that's on your field. Because I know you didn't like that in the last game.
Good.
And cultivators as well don't remove grass from around the edge of a field.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, am I already rolling?
You are
Rolling.
already rolling. As soon as you are unfolded, you are rolling. You're even rolling when you're in reverse.
Rolling.
So I can imagine somebody will quickly make the mods from FS22, the Dalbos and stuff that we had in FS22. They'll convert those over so we've actually got rollers that we can like lift up and disconnect from the
I don't know why you
ground.
can't. I mean, it would be a nightmare if that roller would destroy grass.
Interesting. Is it just me seeing things on my screen, or do the lines that I've already driven on go a thinner white than the lines that I haven't?
Yeah, that's right. Oops.
So that shows me what rows I've actually done. I'm not just seeing things. That's something I'm learning tonight about GPS. Then it's like, that lets me know I've done that row because it's a very faint white, thin, narrow line, and then the next row that I need to do is a dark, thick, solid white one. I'm like, look, so that tells me I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 rows to do. And I mustn't seed over the bit that Mr. Helvy's rollering, because otherwise it'll just undo his rollering.
Yeah, waiting my thing. But I see texture issues.
Yeah, definitely seeing
I'm
texture
looking.
issues tonight that weren't here on Wednesday. That's got to be server issue. Like I say, probably switch the server off tonight and restart it. Weird thing was, I had to turn it on today because it was already like it was already switched off, and I was like, that's weird. I don't switch the server off, but it should do like an auto restart thing. But it should never like completely turn off. And yeah, I was a bit weirded by that. I think I've seeded all the field after this last row. Now hopefully, as well, with this seeder has a weeder built into it on the back. So why are weeds growing on the field?
Are there?
Yeah,
Oh, it's indicating, yeah.
it says weeds growing.
still after rolling?
Yeah, the needs rolling has removed, but weed growing is still here.
Starts snowing. It's only 1st September. Well, you could fertilize now again. Huh?
Yeah.
Yes. So I
What's
could
it called?
take the Predal and do some with the lime. Some fertilizer the lime.
Yeah, also the rice fields need to be fertilised again now you've stone picked them, before they are planted, seeded.
So do I unload the lime now?
Yeah, no, they should be filled with fertiliser. The bradle should be full of fertiliser,
Ah, okay.
because I've unloaded the lime.
So I'm fertilizing all the fields now.
Yes. Apart from the empty one next to the silo, because I've not seeded that yet.
But I stone picked.
Yeah, you can try fertilising it now you've stone picked.
It's also very difficult with the text. Takes a while to register the fertilizer.
Weeds, weeds, weeds. Right, what am I going to plant on the other field?
Fertilizer.
So you're getting double fertiliser on that field. Good. So that area of land costs, field 34 costs so much money. Costs like $500,000 to buy, but then when you look at it, because you're getting
The
all this,
rice field?
you're getting all this extra crap with it, or
The
yeah,
rice
all the
field doesn't merge.
doesn't it? Does it not?
No, merge. At least this doesn't. First,
That's because they're both already fully fertilised. Then. Cool. Yeah, they're all two-stage fertilised. It's because for some reason it says they're mulched. Again, I don't understand how they can be mulched. I've not done mulching.
because of stone picking. Nope. Maybe the greenhouse needs fertilizer.
Greenhouse is the fertiliser. No, I know Black Dragon. He was already working on his last on Wednesday night, and I think he'd probably left the stream at that point when he logged on and saying he was working on it, and he was just going through his productions and oh, yeah, I've just added manure to this one and this one because he wanted to know where he could buy manure from on a map, so he could test his greenhouses in game. I was like, why have we got to add manure to the greenhouses? The greenhouses just require water. Don't make them complicated. Just let us put in, you know, a drop of water and get like 500 million litres of vegetables out of it. You know? That's how those players want it. They don't want anything too complicated and, you know.
Yes.
You know, it's like Giants greenhouses. Giants greenhouses, you've got to give them the average rainfall of Scotland, and they produce like one tomato, one strawberry. It's like, oh my god, it'd take me forever.
Don't get any ecological. Well, you picked not really the widest.
And that's why I kind of wish I could get access to those animal files in the game, because right now, well, I've had the chickens on my farm now for, I mean, I'm in June on my American map now. I'm in June, so I've had the chickens since September, and I've only got like 1.5 pallets of eggs produced.
Yeah.
So that's like 6 months. More than 6 months. Because that's what? September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. That's 10 months in game I've had chickens, and they've only produced 1.5 pallets of eggs.
You see this one?
That's not productive enough.
The one dog, 220.
Not when I factor how much wheat I'm feeding them all the time, and I'm having to buy it because I've not obviously harvested any yet myself, so I've not got my own stuff, so I'm having to constantly go to the store and buy bags of chicken food, and then they haven't even paid for their food yet.
Did you miss a line project? There's a one
Did I?
spot, 220.
Did I miss a lime spot? Probably.
Wasn't rolling.
I must have missed a lime spot then. It's quite possible, because again the texture was not going down clear, so it was making it hard for me to see where I'd sprayed and where I hadn't.
Totally understand.
And also, I typically, when I'm doing, like, I normally have the discs things on the back of the spreader, so I'm doing like 18 metre width. So, and I wasn't using GPS, so it's quite easy for me to have missed spots, because I was just doing it all freehand, willy-nilly, anyhow. Yeah. But I have just I have just sent the thing to Giants to say, hey, this cedar, I spent $8 grand putting a weeder on the back of it.
It is.
and it's not removing the weeds. It tells me, as soon as I come off the feed, it tells me weeds are growing. Weeds weren't growing before I started seeding.
Putting weeds on.
It's putting weeds on the field then.
Yeah, it says fertilized 100%. And then it needs rolling and weed is growing after seeding. Yeah, the weeds growing before. Yeah, that's what the weeder does.
Puts the weeds in. Unless I found a way to act, unless I've actually discovered a way to plant weeds, although I'm not quite sure what use they have.
Add it to the game.
Unless we're going to have a flower shop and we're going to be able to sell flowers to the ladies
What
if
are
we
you
harvest the
seeing?
weeds. Canola.
Oops.
Again, you've probably not played much of this in single player yet to have noticed some of the other
No.
changes to the game. Have you noticed that the animals are now have collisions?
The animals.
Animals are solid now, so you can't walk
yeah.
through and drive through cows
But-
and sheep and
but
pigs
not-
and stuff.
but
You can't
not
run
in
them over.
But not in multiplayer.
Are they not in multiplayer?
No. I watched streamer said, yeah, they have collision, and then the guys, no, they don't. Just what?
Ah, it's so bad because I was like a single player today. I was like, oh, I wish I'd got the sticky feet mod from FS25 because I could
Are there?
literally like stand on the back of a sheep and like
Are
ride
there
round on it.
cows on the map yet? Or?
No, there's no animals on this map yet. Unlike the American map, you don't start with animals on the Asian map. They start you with rice, one of the most expensive crops to plant and harvest. With specialised equipment. Which I find is really funny. Most people say that. It's interesting how all the new crops that Giants have added in the game all require specialised, very expensive equipment to be able to do them. And they're like, that's not really something a starting farmer's going to be able to do there. You know, that's not something you're going to be able to do right off the bat when you start the game. It's going to be like several seasons down the road type of thing. Here he comes.
Finished.
I've got one little bit to do. This corner here. I think that's now finished. Yes.
Sure. It still has an angle here, and there was a line, a thick line in your. You're not finished.
Where?
Oh,
According to
No,
my
I
screen,
can't
I've
see
seeded
it.
everything.
now I can't see it anymore. When I was in the harvester, in the tractor, I saw something.
The only bit I thought I might miss was this corner bit, but I'm pretty sure I've done that.
No, yeah,
And according to the map screen, there's no spots.
yeah. Well,
Apart from maybe in this corner back here, actually.
my view was a little.
There's a little
late.
blue spot there, look, on that corner that I've not seeded.
When you drive downhill, and you drove straight on.
I wonder if that's because it
'Cause you
tips,
lift
my
up the
tractor tips
cedar.
up and it lifts the cedar up. Yeah. So I'll
Because
just
I know you drove through.
There we go, I've got it. Got it this time. Right, and that's all our proper fields at the minute.
I saw a guy using a big weeder and there were two of these tools missing on the weeder. It did weed, but physically they were not there.
They were missing. Yeah, I know the one. I think I know the one you mean. Where is it? Where's the weeder category?
Had some rectangular.
Is it that one, the iron block
plates.
one?
Mm,
That one, or possibly that one?
this one or no, I think this one, yeah. It was the one, it had rectangular or square plates. I think this could be this one or a bigger, even bigger one.
That one.
Go to the pneumatics. No, not this. No,
That's got big rectangle ones.
they are all together. They had separate. Yeah, I think this.
One of them. I
And
know
there
there's an
were-
issue with
there-
one of
there
them.
were-
Oh, it's this one, is it? No, it's this one, look. They're missing in the store, look.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
The Super 790 is missing its...
They had some textures, some bolts are there. But
Yeah, some bolts and that there, look. And the springs.
yeah.
The rest of it's just
I don't
missing.
know what they do. How do they not test? Absolutely not test. So the other field has two players first.
Right, so these fields are going to be ready for planting, so I might as well...
What?
I might as well start flooding the rice fields, Mr. Helvey.
Do you have an AI work?
I have no AI worker.
Do you have to flood them before you?
You have to flood these ones before you seed them, yes.
Am I getting red feet? Yeah, when I walk across, sounds like
Squelch, squelch, squelch.
now you should when you drive across, you could get deep wired. How long does it take?
Yeah, a couple of
10
minutes.
hours.
Like I say, I'll be interested to see if these actually reach like 100%.
How do you
Full.
turn them on?
You have to press L3 to open the menu.
There's no crop card. And I can't do anything. Floating heart. Floating.
I'm not going to be too hopeful.
Start getting red patches.
Seeing as on my single player game this afternoon on much bigger fields, I was already seeing like pools of water,
What?
I'm not seeing any water. I would have expected
there
to
are.
see this underwater now.
I see patches.
I'm not seeing it.
Yeah,
Water level 0.
and here.
Water level
there is
0 for
water.
me, it says.
I see or optically, I see water patch, puddle, all over. Here,
Weird.
here, here. It's only for AMT graphic card. Also the other field, I see puddle.
Right, let me
What about this field over here?
log out and log
Yeah.
back in again.
Yeah. Shall I switch the water?
You can switch the
pump
water
here?
on the bottom field, yeah, because I've not done that one.
Looks like almost flooded. More puddles.
Hello,
Getting more
creepy
dead.
old guy. Now, sea puddles and water, yes. And on the bottom field, I now see some puddles. But nothing on the bottom field yet. Now I'm making splashing noises as I run. Splishing, splashing, splashing.
Bottom field now starts.
Water
to
level
show.
18%, it says.
Can you check? The bottom field shows puddles now.
No, not for me. Oh, I fell through the rock. But it is making splashing noises. Oh, so many weird issues.
Definitely from top I see puddles. And from here at the far side of the field it's completely flooded to me. Okay, these are more more puddles, like almost covered with water. Like 80%. Right. From 5 looks like completely flooded. Which are you on the bottom field?
No, I stood up near the top. Just looking on the log file on the server, see if there's any issues.
Yeah, oh, there. Well, to me, the field is almost completely covered with water, but it doesn't look like where you are in the stream.
Warning, mod list download failed. Warning, mod list download failed. Automatic game server restart. 8th of November. Game server process stopped 2 a.m. And
But the
then
log in game says no problem. I'm gonna check the log.
your client log, which is on your side,
Maybe. Should I make myself fly now in the
weeds growing. Yeah, I'm not seeing fully flooded fields. I'm just seeing puddles. A few little puddles on this second field. The very bottom field I'm not seeing anything on at all.
I
And the top.
I can't make fly mode.
And it still only says 18% water level for me when I go into the menu.
18.
Yeah. It says it's
Completely
18%
flooded.
full.
45%. But it looks fully completely flooded over all water. Same here. Water. Also,
That's
it's
so.
not fertilized completely close to the edge. Edge is only 50. Bottom field takes them. %48%.
I bet if I log out again, log back in, I'll then see the field full of water. I'm gonna guess.
Wrong. But I like the waves it makes when you walk.
Yeah, I like the wave effect, the ripples effect. I also like that on a couple of maps. The map I play where you kind of drive through a little bit of water, a little stream down the side of a field, and it ripples out then into like the pond lake attached to it. There's Mr. Helgi. Look, hello, Mr. Helgi. Nice to see you.
No.
Oh, now look, I'm seeing like a full thingy of water nearly.
What else?
.54% it says now. That one I'm also seeing is nearly
58.
full.
58%. Now you're stuck at this percentage. It doesn't continue for you.
That one, the bottom field, I'm now starting to see a little bit of water on.
A little bit.
Yeah.
also completely flooded. 44%.
Wonder if it helps if I go and like teleport all the way over the far side of a map. Oh, there's a lime station over there, look.
Right in the
Random
middle.
lime station and random
Right
fuel
in the mid.
tank.
Right in the middle at the edge of the map.
Yeah. One of the northernmost points of the map, far away from civilization. It's a lime station. Yeah, I'm not going there to fill up with lime. For the store's closer.
There's another lime station at the harbor on the right side of the harbor.
Oh, yeah, so there is. Still, I would say the store is closer.
Yeah.
I would. I would
Anyway,
kind of argue that the store is closer.
Yeah, in particular with our. Are there other? Or is that the only one?
There's a guy there that wants to do some carrot harvesting. Somebody wants to do sorghum.
So can you check what level? No, because I'm 65% and flooding done. Stopped flooding. Shall I empty?
No. 54% it says to me.
Right, stop. Yeah, 54 it was when you came on the server. It's
It doesn't update. It's not updating for me.
Yeah, you're probably further away from the server than me.
Well, I hope not. Server's located in London.
There's water flowing. By the way, you can walk up. When you're down here, you can go up here. You can walk up. 57%.
So that one will stop in a minute. Oh, it will.
Now push down. Push.
I wonder if the game still does that really cool thing where if you... Wrong button.
Yeah. Look at me. Where am I? Can you see? Oh.
No, it doesn't anymore. You can't do that Matrix thing where if you open the chat, you levitate in the air. That's where the Japanese hid in World War II.
Can you find?
From the Americans.
I'm hidden in the stone. Hey, lad.
That's poor. So I'm guessing you can't bring your rock drill down here and remove this stone over time, because that's not really stone, is it? I noticed that on this map. There's a lot of that, like the rocks and stuff that you just basically glitch through. I noticed that when I was doing my collectibles.
Do you take the seeds? Tell you what, I call it a night.
Call it a night, Mr. Helgi. Got to wait for the planter, the saplings now before we can get the rice planter. Well, I could buy a rice planter, I just can't use it.
Maybe you get a better update when you're alone on the map.
I would doubt it.
But the pity is really, I hope they fix it, because the ground deformation is something we want to have in multiplayer. Looks like a vehicle from the early 1900s. Like one of the first steam trains. the Adler.
Does this take fertiliser? Oh, it does. Doesn't take a lot though. Zoom, zoom, zoom. So it's interesting. I've got a pallet full of seeds. 2 bags of seeds still at the store. Nearly a full bag of fertiliser because I've only used 250 litres out of it. And I've got I think 2 bags of lime at the store as well. No autoload trailers yet. So no easy way to bring those all down to the farm. Can't buy a pickup truck and chuck them in the back of the pickup truck because I can't actually pick the bloody pallets or the bags. This looks so funky, this does. This looks like one of those Red Bull soapbox derby type entrance. Is he going to make it over the kicker? No! I wonder if that's the thing then, because like Mr. Helgi was the first player on the server tonight, so I wonder if that's why he's the only one that's seeing like the rice fields and that updating and the fill levels and stuff. I was the second player to log in. That one still only says 54% though to me. 53%. 38%. Let me just log in. Just going to get some more fields tonight. Let's have that one. I'll buy that farmland. $48 cycles per month. 3 times water makes 1 times rice sapling. So we get 48 rice saplings produced each month. And that's supposed to produce 500 litres. It's going to take me ages to get enough pallets. Obviously, we've got fields to harvest. That must be potatoes. Fields to harvest, fields to harvest, fields to harvest. Pink must be sugar beet. Right. That's all good. All good stuff. Got some more stuff to play around with then on Sunday. Should everyone make it. Like I say, best thing for me is probably to restart the server, isn't it? Because it's a little bit glitched tonight, I think. But we've had a good day. Another good day playing Farm Sim, or at least I've had a good day. I've enjoyed myself. But playing both Riverbend and this map. Nice to see some new mods come out. I won't be online tomorrow, Saturday, because it's football day. But we shall be back on Sunday, ladies and gents. So, for now, from me, thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the session this evening. Take care of yourselves, stay safe, and we'll be back Sunday, multiplayer. So see you then. Good night, everybody.